Hey artists, hello and happy Friday or Thursday if you're tuning in early. So perk number one of virtual learning is that I get to be the YouTube star that I've always wanted to be. Like and subscribe all my videos. You can be my first biggest fans. Um, But I wanted to take this time to create a video to share with you a little bit about how Painting1, Painting2, Advanced Art is going to work through a virtual platform. Unfortunately, we just didn't have time to get supplies ahead of time, so I'll talk a little bit more about that, and we're going to make the most of just a really awful situation that we're all in and working through. So just some things to expect about our class. So for all of your classes online, they are going to be asynchronous, meaning that you do not have to meet at the same time our class would normally meet. So I would recommend trying to stick with your general day 1, day 2 schedule sometime during that 24-hour period working on the classes during that day. And if you go into our school calendar, the day 1, day 2s are staying the same. So for my painting classes during hours 2 and 4, those are on day 2s. 7th hour, I'll talk about that soon. You can kind of choose if you want to join in on us on a day 1 or a day 2. But yeah, so you'll have about a 24-hour time frame to complete all of our assignments or to check in. That could mean that maybe when you wake up and that's the best time for you, when you're most flexible, feel free to do whatever you have for painting that day. But maybe you are taking care of siblings all day and the evening will work better. That's totally fine too. So we can check in more on that as we get going. So I mentioned 7th hour students a little bit. So the rest of my painting classes are during day 2s. So I'll be posting information on day 2 days, but hopefully I have most of the information posted for the week, so you can kind of work at your own speed as you'd like. So for our class, there will be daily assignments. So for every day to day, I'll have some kind of assignment to turn in, even if it's just like a progress photo or something really small of what you're working on. And that's just because I am not with you. I can't see you or check in with you in the same way. So by having these daily assignments, that gives me a chance to see where are you at, what are you working on, and I can give you feedback that way. So all of your teachers are going to have office hours for 1 hour every day of the week. So for me, Monday through Friday, you can reach me via email or a message in Canvas, or we could set up a time to call and talk if you'd like, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. every day. That doesn't mean that you can't send me questions outside of that time period. Send me questions whenever they come up. But that just means like that is designated time where I can get back to you quickly, and we can talk more if you'd like. And so to go back to how I had started, how are we going to approach a painting class without paint necessarily? I know some of you have come into school to get your supplies, and that is awesome, but there's just no way that I could expect all students to do that or require all students to do that. So moving forward with our projects, especially for Painting1, I'm assuming that you do not have painting supplies. So our projects going forward are really going to be more like art projects, not necessarily painting projects. There might be some more drawing that we do. We're going to do different types of art analysis, maybe some cool art history things. I'm really going to do the absolute best that I can in the situation that we're in. I don't have the option to just say, oh, class is canceled because we don't have paint. I'm not able to do that. So we're going to make the best situation that we can. I think I'll send out a Google form asking what supplies do you have around the house. But most of the projects that we do will be really adaptable. Maybe you just have pencil and lined paper. Everything that I do, I want to be accessible to you all. So we're going to have to be flexible and work with each other in the best way possible. So for today's assignment, the first thing that I'm just going to have you turn in is a simple paragraph, just checking in. How are you doing? I have some questions in Canvas that are just, prompts to check in how you've been doing this past week, but I'm really curious. I miss you guys. I want to hear from you. What's been going on? Where are you at? What's going on in your life? So this is just a chance for me to, one, make sure you're in Canvas, you've figured it out, but then also to check in on you because, like I said, I miss you guys. And then today is also an introduction to your first virtual art project. So I'll go a little bit more in depth on that. And this project is going to be done by all y'all. So Painting1, Painting2, and Advanced Art students. I want to see you all do this project. For Painting2 and Advanced students, I'll be uploading another video to go a little bit more in depth about what this course will look like for you moving forward. But this is a project I want to see all students do. So if we go ahead, going into, well, I'll show you Canvas first. So this is my Canvas page, at least how it looks on my teacher end. I don't have everything published yet, but this is kind of how it will be set up. So on our home page, each day that class meets will be like, I'll just label that as a day for one of the modules. And then underneath that, everything that you need to do for that day will be posted. So maybe that's a project handout, like a PDF. Maybe it's an assignment. Maybe there's a discussion that we're doing. Like I'll be uploading this video when I'm done under here. So it'll be organized by each day. If there's, a different way you want me to try organizing it that you think will work better for you, let me know and we can see if that will happen, but I hope this will stay pretty clear. But then to go into our first art project that we'll all be doing, a data drawing project. So this is going to be a project that you're creating, focusing on non-objective art. So kind of like abstract art. So if you read through my project challenge, during this very weird time that we are all living through, it is important to document our thoughts and experiences, both as a way to record this time in history and also as a way to process through our emotions. And I really think that's important because literally, I don't think anybody has gone through something like we're going through right now. And there's a lot to unpack with this. So I think art can be a great way to do that. So for your first virtual art project, you'll be creating an abstract artwork using data from your week. So I've created a key shown below for you to use as a starting point for your drawing. So what I'd like for you to do is to collect data, or you can kind of like think about just how have you been doing this week and estimate. It doesn't have to be exact. But to collect data on these different points. How many days are you staying in pajamas all day versus getting dressed? How are some of your emotions? Where are you mixing on that? I have some other interesting or funny prompts for you. So underneath, I created a sheet that you can use to kind of track your data. I wouldn't collect this at all. You don't have to do this, but it's just a way to organize your thoughts if you'd like. But I also invite you to make your own key. Maybe you're like, oh, I want to change the prompts up, or you want to change the symbols up, or you want to add more to something that makes more sense for you. That is 100% fine. This is just to get you started. But if you create a new key at all, new symbols, just include that when you end up turning in the project. So then, as I was talking about with the data collection, feel free to take data over your spring break next week, or you can just create it, like generally speaking, where do you think you're at? I really don't want to give you like homework over spring break, but it's just in case, you want to document that. And then for the materials, what you'll be using to create your work of art, feel free to use any materials that are at a disposal to you. So you could do this entire art in just pencil and paper. So that would be getting rid of like the color, but that's totally fine. Maybe you have colored pencils at home, markers, Sharpies, watercolor. Maybe you just want to do it digitally in the Sketches Pro app on your iPad. You can do this however you want. Maybe you want to create a collage. I don't know. But I'm really open to what you want to create. So here are a couple examples. This one right here is an example of a data collection drawing. And then this is a painting by Kandinsky, who's a famous abstract artist. So it's different process he made than what we're going to be doing, but kind of a similar style. So I'll be posting more examples. I'm going to be creating one of my own with data that I collect over spring break. So you can see that when we return from spring break. But feel free to message me with any questions you have about this project. Really, at this time, I just want you to start thinking about your key, if you want to keep this key or do something different, and then start collecting data or kind of making it up for how you feel like this week went for you. And for the data, I can't remember if I said this clearly or not. If you want to print this sheet out, if you have a printer, you can do that and then just kind of tally as the weeks go by. Or you can just upload this into Notability and annotate digitally. I know I don't have a printer, so I wouldn't be able to do that, but I can upload it digitally and take notes that way. But again, this is totally optional, just to help you organize your thoughts if you'd like. So in our Canvas page, that PDF is linked right here. I also included the guidelines we went over for composition that Painting1 went over when we were talking about our comic book projects, which I'm so sad we won't get to do. But that might help you as you're actually starting to put together your project. So again, I'll talk more about this, have more resources coming, but this is your main goals for today. Share with me, how are you doing? And then start taking a look at this project and thinking about data that you want to collect for you that you'll turn into a drawing. So just to finish off, really anytime email me with questions. Here's my email, or you can just send a message in Canvas, whatever's easier for you. I'm always readily available on weekdays between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., but email me anytime. Looking forward, spring break comes up next week, so unless you want to start taking data that week, I really don't want you to have any homework. But I'm going to be posting the sketchbook assignments. We'll keep doing those, so if you are bored at home and wanting to do some more art, those could be great prompts for you to complete. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions about this class in general or about this project, and I'd be happy to help assist you. All right, remember, like and subscribe. Help me become the YouTuber I've always wanted to be, and I'll talk to you later.